Hello student, welcome in the 24th lecture. This is our last lecture. In the previous lecture, we have discussed the application of GC. Now, in the today's lecture, we are going to discuss the application of GCMS. So this is the content of the today's lecture. Phenol in wastewater, organochlorine, pesticides in water, then volatile organic compounds, and tributylene is determined by GCMS and FID method, flame ionizing detector method. Okay, so this is the content of the today's lecture and this is the reference used for this lecture. So first we start with the phenol in wastewater. It is detected by LLE GC method. So what is that LLE? It is nothing but the liquid extraction gas chromatographic method. So phenol which is present in the wastewater that can be detected by using liquid extraction method by the gas chromatographic method. So in this we know that this method is applicable to the determination of phenol and certain substituted phenols in municipal and industrial discharges. When analyzing the unfamiliar sample for any or all of these compounds supports the identification by at least one additional qualitative technique. Alternatively, the use the derivatization, cleanup and electron capture detector gas chromatography. Means ECD detector is used in this process. Procedure to confirm a measurement made by the flame ionization detector gas chromatography, that is FID detector. The method for base, neutral and acids provide a gas chromatograph or the mass spectrometer. Conditions appropriate for the qualitative and quantitative confirmation of a result using the extract produced. A measured volume of a sample is acidified and extracted with a methylene chloride. The extract is dried and exchanged to the 2-propanol during the concentration. The extract is separated by the gas chromatography and phenols are measured with the flame ionization detector. Okay, by this method we determine the phenol which is present in the wastewater. Here the flame ionization detector analysis, how it can be done, that is explained here. Determination concentration, determine the concentration of individual compounds. How it determine? If the external standard calibration procedure is used. If external standard calibration procedure is used, in that calculate the amount of material injected from peak response using the calibration curve or the calibration factor determined previously. Calculate the sample concentration from the equation. So here the equation is given. Concentration, it is equal to A into Vt, Vi into Vs. So what are they? A is nothing but the amount of material injected. Vt is the volume of total extract. Vi is the volume of extract injected. Vs is the volume of water extracted. This method was tested by 20 laboratories using a reagent water, drinking water, surface water and 3 industrial water. Wastewater with known additions at 6 concentration over the range 12 to 450 gram per liter. Signal operator precision, overall precision and method bias were found to be related to directly to the compound concentration and essential independent of the sample matrix. Then the second point is organochlorine pesticides in water. It is also detected by this technique, liquid-liquid extraction gas chromatographic method. So organochlorine pesticides commonly occur in waters that have been affected by agriculture discharges. Some of the listed compounds are degradation product of other pesticides detected by this method. Several of the pesticides are bioaccumulative and relatively stable as well as a toxic or the carcinogenic. Thus, they require close monitoring. This gas chromatographic procedure is suitable for quantitative determination of the following specific compounds. These are the pesticides that can be quantitatively determined by using this method. Okay, in this procedure the pesticides are extracted with a mixed solvent, diethyl ether or hexane, or the methylene chloride or hexane, by either liquid-liquid extraction using a separatory funnel or by continuous liquid-liquid extraction. The extract is concentrated by evaporation and, if necessary, is cleaned up by column adsorption chromatography. The individual pesticides then are determined by a gas chromatography, although the procedure detailed below refer primarily to packed a column. A capillary column chromatography also may be used. Okay. So here the determination of pesticide concentration by direct comparison to the single standard when the injection volume and the response are within 10% of those of the sample pesticides of interest. Calculate the concentration of pesticide is equal to ABCD upon EFG, where A is the n gram of pesticide, B is the peak height of the sample, C extract volume, D is the dilution factor, E is the peak height, then F is the volume extracted, and G is the volume of the sample extracted. Okay, so by this way we find out the organochlorine pesticides in water by method 1. Then here we see the method 2. This method is applicable to the determination of organochloride pesticides and PCBs, it is again the pesticides, in a municipal and industrial discharges. When analyzing, that is discharges from agriculture waste, and this method 2, it is municipal and industrial discharges contain this organochlorine pesticides. Okay, when analyzing the unfamiliar sample for any or all of these compounds, support the identification by at least one additional quantitative technique. This method includes the analytical condition for a second confirmatory gas chromatographic column, alternatively analyzed by a gas chromatographic or mass spectrometric method, for base, neutral and acid using the extract produced by this method. The additional PCB can be determined if the standards are included. Method 1 and 2 consist of a gas chromatographic procedure. Following liquid-liquid extractions of water sample, they are relatively sensitive methods that can be used to detect numerous pesticides. Difference between these two methods are minimal after extraction. Method second is the gas chromatographic or mass spectrometric method that can be detected all the target compounds but at much higher concentration. Means by this second method we get the target compound is detected and it may be in higher concentration. The use of extracted ion traces or time scheduled selective ion monitoring can be reduce the concentration level needed for the detection. All these methods also are useful for determination of polychlorinated biphenyls, that is called PCBs. Means it is again one of the pesticides. So full form of this PCBs is polychlorinated biphenyls. Okay, so by this way we compare the two methods. Then the next is volatile organic compounds. Many organic compounds have been detected in ground and surface waters. While most groundwater contamination are traceable to leaking underground fuel or the solvent storage vessel, landfills, agriculture practices, and wastewater disposal. The most probable cause for contamination of some aquifers and some surface waters has never been firmly established. Contamination may be due to the best practices of on-sites, disposal of domestic and industrial wastage, or the discharge. Organohalides, particularly the uh, 3-halomethanes, are present in most chlorinated water systems, especially those using the surface water as a source of supply. Toxicological studies on animal models have shown that some of these organics have the potential for teratogenesis or carcinogenesis in human beings. To minimize this health risk, sensitive detection and accurate and reproducible quantitation of organics is of paramount importance. So that volatile organic compounds can be detected by using this method. Perc and trap capillary column gas chromatographic mass spectroscopic method. This method it is applicable to the determination of a wide range of purgeable organic compounds. The method can be extended to include the other volatile organic compounds, provided that all performance criteria are met. It should be used only by analysts experienced in the operation of GCMS system and in evaluation and interpretation of a mass spectra. The principle of this method is that the volatile organic compounds are transferred efficiently from the aqueous to the gaseous phase by bubbling an inert gas through a water sample contained in a special designed chamber at a ambient temperature. The vapor is swept through a sorbitol trap that absorbs the analytes of interest. After pumping is completed, the trap is heated and back flushed with the same inert gas to dissolve the compounds into a gas chromatographic column. The gas chromatograph is temperature programmed to separate the compounds, and the detector is a mass spectrometer. See for the discussion of this gas chromatographic and the mass spectrometry principles. Then tributylene by GCMS and FID flame ionizing detector method. This method is applicable to the determination of tributylene. In short, we call it as TBT in drinking water, marine water and wastewater. TBT in the water or the wastewater can be measured with a variety of analytical techniques, most of which involves the derivatization of TBT followed by a gas chromatography as a separation technique. Detection of the derivatized TBT can be accomplished with a mass spectrometer and flame photometric detector. Atomic absorption spectrometry or inductively coupled plasma. Other methods include the higher performance liquid chromatography coupled with the fluorescence detector or an ICP mass spectrometry. Okay, so with this we complete the application of GCMS. So these are the application, and now with this lecture we have completed our syllabus also. Then in the next lecture we will discuss the next semester lectures. Okay, thank you.